I can put another man's face on. If you give me your house key, I can go to your house and put on some of your makeup.
Get away from me.
When you consider the criminal acts of the gang, It's Always Sunny reveals itself as the darkest comedy series to ever hit the mainstream. And for fans of pitch black sitcoms, watching these 5 friends spiral into madness over 20 years has been hysterically disturbing.
Why aren't the brakes working?
Because I cut the brakes! Wild card, bitches!
But among those hilariously deranged bar owners, there is one Paddy's Pub employee with a particularly sinister streak.
They're all gonna pay the ultimate price!
Dude, what's all that stuff you're grabbing?
Tools! Tools! Duct tape, zip ties, and gloves! I have to have my tools!
When audiences were first introduced to the world of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, things seemed, well, a little brighter. Viewers had no idea what was coming.
I think we need to try a piece of human flesh.
Oh, God.
Just to make sure.
That's the only way.
Right?
Okay, how are we gonna do this?
The morgue? Hear me out. It's a dead body.
Sold!
But among these admittedly upsetting initial episodes, there are crucial pieces of lore that would go on to shape the true nature of Dennis Reynolds. The lore of the Golden God slowly leaks out in a way that can only be described as terrifying.
You must be really proud of yourself. Awesome. Your grandfather's a Nazi.
But by the time season 3 rolled around, Dennis Reynolds finally began to show his true colors. From his ultra-creepy cult leader-like seduction of hippie activists to one of the most disturbing dance sequences of all time, audiences began to see Dennis Reynolds in a whole new light. After watching Dennis get trafficked by his legal father Frank, it becomes clear that the entire Reynolds family is completely unhinged. But once we witnessed Dennis's excitement at the idea of literally murdering the waitress, even the most faithful It's Always Sunny fans felt a little uncomfortable.
We're gonna follow our victim, okay? Then we're gonna jump her. And then I'm gonna strangle her and you're gonna chop her into pieces.
But that sense of discomfort is exactly what kept audiences coming back for more. And year after year, season after season, the It's Always Sunny gang upped the ante. And as Dee got dirtier, Frank grew more depraved, and when Mac went insane, Charlie went totally feral. But standing above all the other peasants, Dennis Reynolds' de-evolution into a full-on monster is truly the most fascinating.
Welcome to hell!
Because unlike the out and proud antics of his companions, Dennis's foulest deeds are steeped in mystery.
We want real girls gone wild. It's important to see the transition. You want to watch the process.
While the so-called implications of Dennis Reynolds' crimes are practically a meme at this point, the actual deeds are portrayed with spooky ambiguity.
What implication? The implication that things might go wrong for her if she refuses to sleep with me.
But it sounds like she doesn't want to have sex.
Why aren't you
with
understanding?
Although he may have outlined his sadistic tactics through the infamous Dennis system, we still don't fully know the extent of his insanity. Over the years, the twisted developments in Dennis's story branched out into more disturbing territory than a list of Charlie work duties. With multiple instances in which Dennis mentions flesh removal, one begins to wonder if he's engaging in some bizarre Ed Gein fantasy.
I swear you would be of more use to me if I skinned you and turned your skin into a lampshade. Or fashioned you into a piece of high-end luggage. I can even add you to my collection.
And once you've heard him talk about skin masks enough time over the years, Dennis Reynolds really starts to give off that Leatherface vibe.
This is about much more than just business. This is about the thrill of wearing another man's skin. Feeling his innermost wants and desires.
We're just gonna pause the video here for a second to talk to you about our sponsor, Helix Sleep. The new year is the perfect opportunity to form new and healthy habits, and there's nothing healthier than a good night's sleep. I know that better than most, since I'm usually up late binging TV shows, which is why Helix Sleep has been such a game changer. I just took the Helix Sleep quiz and they matched me with my perfect mattress. And with free shipping across the US, it was super convenient to have my mattress arrive right on my doorstep, ready to be rolled out and slept on in no time. I certainly won't be returning mine since it helps me get a solid night of rest no matter how many episodes of Always Sunny I beamed into my brain. I used to toss and turn a lot, but ever since I switched to Helix Sleep, I rest like a golden god. But if you aren't happy with yours, Helix offers seamless returns and exchanges. You get a 120-night sleep trial to test out your new mattress and make sure you love it. And you will. so there's no risk. Or if you're not sure you're ready to commit to a full mattress, why not try Helix's collection of mattress toppers instead? They can help revive an older mattress with some extra comfort and keep you cool with their Glaciotech technology. So start 2026 off right by getting the best sleep of your life with Helix Sleep. Go to helixsleep.com/nerdstalgic or scan the QR code on the screen for 27% off site-wide. All right, let's get back to the video. In one especially chilling incident, Dennis relates to the gang that he can functionally turn his pain receptors on and off, which only adds layers to our assumptions that this guy is completely out of his mind. From learning about his misspent youth at an actual fascist youth camp to nearly drunk driving himself into a manslaughter charge, Dennis Reynolds is somehow the least aspirational of all the deranged citizens of Paddy's, attempting to seduce the mothers of his best friends, teaching a youth basketball team to brutalize their opponents, burning off half of Cricket's face. Yeah, that's Dennis for you.
Okay, a chopped off head, a decapitated head in a box.
Head in a box. D, I'm gonna put your head in a box if you don't start getting the answer right.
By continuing to develop Dennis's lore, It's Always Sunny has effectively created a beautiful monster. Because we learn so many terrible things about him, there really is no turning back. Dennis Reynolds will never be as charming as Charlie, or even as weirdly relatable as Frank, but by committing to his awfulness, the character transcends the need for such conventions. And like the golden god of chaos that he is, Dennis Reynolds is allowed to grow more terrifying with every new revelation.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
In one of the most shocking moments in his insane trajectory, Dennis is reduced to his so-called basest form. Shorn of his typical confidence and extreme self-esteem, Dennis's physical form begins to resemble his innermost evils, a hunching, shambling mess of a man. Watching the gang react to each other's insanity is one of the series' greatest tricks. Despite witnessing each and every one of them commit their own heinous deeds, it's still endlessly charming to see their shock and disgust at the whims of their friends. And when it comes to the maniacal nature of Dennis Reynolds, there is perhaps no better opportunity for hilarious reactions. Case in point, when the gang decides to take shelter in Paddy's abandoned Y2K bunker. Dennis is the first to make everyone feel icky about it.
This is an agreement for the women. I hereby agree to be easygoing, to engage in playful conversation, to always act as though I desire your penis even when I don't.
But in typical Charlie fashion, Dennis's nasty implications completely go unnoticed. In the world of Always Sunny, mean-spiritedness is practically a virtue, because while Dennis and the gang are completely irredeemable in every way, the comedic timing of otherwise horrifying events leads to some of the most hilariously objectionable material on TV. Even the ultimate crime couldn't stop his reign of terror, because during the season 12 special, Making Dennis Reynolds a Murderer, audiences were forced to face one of the series' most lingering questions. Is this guy actually a killer?
Even then, we would keep it vague, because that's entertainment. You know, someone gets murdered and then you make a show, but you never give any actual answers.
By surrounding a truly terrifying entity with characters capable of equally disturbing behavior, Dennis's spooky storylines have room to breathe. Because when a nude Frank comes spilling out of a sofa in the middle of a party, is anyone still worried about what Dennis might be doing behind closed doors?
I love you too, Maureen.
Like some sort of comedy miracle, It's Always Sunny has managed to maintain Dennis's bizarre relatability, even as they drive him further into depravity. By calling out his creepy ways just enough throughout the series, audiences feel like they are in on a long-running bit. Although this runner is seriously sketchy, picking up on Dennis's methodical schemes somehow creates many of the biggest laughs on the show. Even as the seasons grow more and more casual about Dennis's weird obsessions, like in the infamous escape room episode, the audience still finds humor in the depravity.
Welcome, Sexual Conquest. As previously discussed, you've pressed the button on the alarm clock, signifying your permission to begin the game.
Oh, God.
Because the gang have such rotten yet surprisingly sturdy foundations, their evolution into true monsters weirdly makes sense. And because It's Always Sunny has built a similar relationship with an audience eager for more depravity, the show has been able to keep churning out stomach-turning developments. And thanks to It's Always Sunny's commitment to keeping it ugly, there truly is no telling just how terrible Dennis Reynolds will get before the series finally ends.
Who cares about our feelings anyway? Nobody, that's who. What about my feelings? Now that's interesting, okay?
And that's it for this week's episode. So tell us, what was the moment that Dennis Reynolds creeped you out the most? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, be sure to hit like and subscribe to keep up with all our Nerdstalgic videos.